Good day to everyone, and in this video we will see the phasor diagram for salient pole machine, that too generator, and I will give you some formulas that you must remember, and every question will be solved. Okay, so don't go so much in the theory, just do the needful in the gate. Okay, then only your objective is to score. Okay, so the topic is salient pole machine. Specifically, I will discuss the phasor diagram for alternator. Uh, okay, and we are discussing the phasor. So in the video of the equivalent circuit of synchronous machine, I have told you that you have your synchronous reactance and your armature resistance and your EF, that is your excitation voltage, and your terminal voltage VT. Okay, so for the cylindrical rotor machine, you are having your equation like E is equal to Vt plus I into Ra plus Jxs. Okay, so this I have discussed. So in the salient pole, what happens that you cannot take your excess in such a way. See, for the cylindrical rotor, your rotor is in this fashion. Okay, your stator is in this fashion. So your air gap is a constant throughout. But in the salient pole, your rotor is in this fashion. Okay, in salient pole, your rotor is in this fashion. And so what happens is your rotor is in this fashion, so it moves in this way, ns or anything. So what I mean to say is and your stator is in this way. So see, here your air gap is not uniform. Okay, here it is large, here it is small. So to compensate for these things, you take your reactance into some components. Okay, see, I'm not going into very much detail, I'm just giving you a feel. Okay, what you should keep in your mind. It doesn't matter if you don't know it exactly in details. Okay, so what I want to compensate for that air gap in the salient pole, in the salient rotor, what we do is we use your XAD and XAQ. Okay, just remember these expressions. Your XAD is equal to okay, it's your XAD and XQ. Okay, and you also incorporate your leakage reactance. So your XT, that is your reactance on the D axis, and your XQ, reactance taken on the Q axis, is equal to XT is equal to XAD plus XL, that is your leakage reactance, and XQ is equal to XAQ plus XL. Okay, so these two equations you should remember for the salient rotor. Okay, so now just keep this equation in your mind, and similarly that I have told you that you have to take your excess in this way. So similarly you can derive, you can implement, you can like foresee one equation similar to this equation, and that will be given by E is equal to Vt, and this is for salient rotor. Okay, so see, just don't confuse. I am giving you this equation to just keep in your mind a basic analogy. Okay, and I have discussed this XD and XQ to just give you some analogy. Try to link, try to make a way to remember these things. Okay, so E is equal to Vt plus IAQ JIAQ X uh, XQ plus JIAD, that is armature current in across taken along the D axis into XD. Okay, and plus your armature resistance IARA. Okay, so this is the expression. Okay, so now I hope you could analyze. See, instead of excess we are using these terms in the salient rotor. Okay, so this is the equation. By using this equation we can easily draw a phasor diagram. Okay, so the phasor diagram will be in this fashion. See, for the synchronous motor or asynchronous machine, you must remember this thing. See, your field MMF is in this direction, let us say FF. So your excitation voltage, see, first your flux comes, then only your EMF is induced in your armature. Okay, so this is your flux FF, then you have your EF. Okay, or you can say it E here, as I have used E. So E is what? E is lagging FF. See, E is clockwise. Okay, so now this is one thing that is over. Now I am assuming that your machine is in the lagging power factor. Okay, so your current will lag. So your current will be in this fashion, IA. Okay, it will lag your EMF, and then you have to just what you have to do. You have to, your equation is E is equal to VT plus JIAQ XQ plus JIAD XT plus IA RA. Okay, so see, now you have to see that, see, this is your VT. Okay, you can take it a little bit up. This is your VT. Now you have to add in your VT your, okay, now I'm rearranging this equation in this way. VT is equal to E minus J IAQ XQ minus J IAD XT and minus IA RA. Okay, so this is your final equation. Now you have to implement this equation in a phasor. See, I hope you know how to do this. See what you have to do. See, this is the base. Okay, for any synchronous machine, you could easily make this. For the case of motor, your IA will be in the opposite direction. This only you have to remember. So I am taking on alternator. So it is your E. Then you on E, from E you have to subtract IAQ and XQ. Now you have to divide your IA in along the IQ and ID axis. See, Q is always perpendicular to your this field axis. Okay, always remember this. Your Q axis is perpendicular to the field axis and D is in the direction of the field axis. Okay, so your IAQ and IDQ I will draw with red. This will be your IAQ. Okay, and this will be your, okay, let me draw it with some other color. This will be your IAD. Okay, I have resolved IA into two components, IAQ and IAD, and I hope you know this, that the angle between your E and IA is the internal power factor angle denoted by psi. Okay, so that angle we are denoting by psi. Okay, so this is the basic. Okay, so this angle is psi, where psi is your internal power factor angle. Okay, so now IAQ, IAD, and this is your psi. Okay, now you have to subtract from E minus J IAQ XQ. See, IAQ is in this IAQ XQ. Okay, so X, I hope you know that it is a reactance, so it will be perpendicular to the direction of the what? Your IAQ. Okay, so but, and this is also negative, so it will be in the this direction. Okay, just to clear your this concept, see, if this was your equation, V is equal to E plus IA RA plus J IA XS. Okay, and we have to draw phasor. So what you would take, I will take V as a reference. Okay, sorry, E as a reference, because on E I will add these terms and I will get your V, and I assume that my IA and it is lagging. Okay, so this is the equation and I have to draw the phasor diagram, and this is the lagging load. So E is a reference, lagging means my current will lag E, IA. Now you have to add in E the IA into RA. See, IA into RA will always be in phase with your IA. So I will add IA into RA this fashion. This will be my IA into RA. Okay. Now see this. Now I have to add j I a axis. J means your 90 degree, and 90 degree you have to move in which direction? In the anti-clockwise direction. Okay, see, anti-clockwise, if you take this as a base, so anti-clockwise will be this. Okay, you are multiplying with j, so j I a axis will be drawn in this fashion. That is a j I a axis. Okay, now the sum of this all E plus IRA plus j I a axis gives me V. Okay, okay, so this is the whole thing. So I hope you get the idea how to draw phasor from any given KVL equation. Now come back to our original problem. See, now this equation we have to plot here. Now see. Okay, now listen to me carefully. If you have understood the previous phasor diagram from the equation, then you can get this also. Now see. See, now from the E you have to subtract IAQ XQ. See, your IAQ is in this direction, and now you have to subtract, so you will move in the clockwise direction. Okay, and because it is a reactance and you have multiplied with minus j, so you are moving in the clockwise direction, and that too by 90 degrees. So your this will be in this fashion. It will be your minus j IAQ XQ. Okay, now your this, now you have to again subtract minus IAD XT, so your IAD is in this direction, and you have to subtract, that is your minus j, so you will move again clockwise and by 90 degree, so you move in this fashion. So this will be your minus j IAD XT. Now again you have to subtract minus IA, so your minus IARA will be in phase with IA but opposite, that is in this direction. So it will come out to be this way. Okay, and this will be your minus IARA. Okay, and this all E minus j IA Q X Q minus j IAD XT minus IARA will add up to your VT. So your VT will be given by, let me give it this color. This is your VT. Okay, so I hope you get the overall idea of the phasor diagram. Now the angle between the VT and IA is your power factor angle. Okay, so this is your phi, and your phi is your power factor angle. Okay, and now again this one more angle, that is your delta, that is between E and VT. Okay, so this angle I am denoting with this color. So this is your delta, and delta is your power angle. Okay, so from this whole discussion you can also write this relation, psi is equal to delta plus phi. Okay, so this is one relation, and this is the phasor diagram. So I hope you now get the phasor diagram very much clearly. Just remember your q axis is perpendicular to your MMF, field MMF. Okay, so you won't confuse in this IAQ. Okay, that is the only tricky part. Rest all phasor diagram is over. So this also should be in your mind. And for the scalar calculations, there are some formulas, and I will tell you a way for salient rotor machine of any generator or motor. You just remember these things that I am writing, and you will solve many questions. Okay, so yeah, so just remember these relations. Okay, see, these formulas will be very much useful when you are doing calculation in scalars, and in many questions you will do that. Okay, so scalar calculations in salient pole machine. Okay, so you just remember a few formulas, and you must be able to manipulate it according to the motor, generator and leading lagging power factor. Okay, so I will tell you. See, now conventions are this, that your phi will be positive for lagging load, or negative for leading. Okay, your IA will be positive for generator and negative for motor. Okay, now third one will be, your delta will be positive for generator and negative for motor. Okay, fourth point will be, remember this formula for salient machine, that your EF square, that is your E notation I have used in the video, Vt cos phi plus Ia Ra whole square plus Vt sin phi plus Ia xq. Okay, Ia xq whole square. Okay, now this is one formula. Fifth formula, that your 10 psi, this is plus, your 10 psi is equal to Vt sin phi plus Ia xq Vt cos phi plus Ia Ra. Vt cos phi plus Ia Ra. Okay, now your sixth will be your ID. Okay, so what I mean to say is, your ID can be written as your Ia sin psi. Okay, so your ID or IAD you can write down as IAD also. Okay, ID, it's the same notation. Okay, ID and ID means same. So I have used IAD, so I will use IAD here also. IAD will be Ia sin psi. See the phasor diagram and you will get this. And your IAQ will be equal to Ia cos psi. Okay, so this is the all about the scalar calculation in the salient pole machine. So these things if you remember, then you can manipulate these relations for generator and motor and for any leading lagging load. Okay, so these things you should remember. In the case of salient pole machine, this formula will be helpful. And one more thing you should remember is that I have told you in the previous page, psi is equal to delta plus phi, and this we have seen in the phasor diagram also, where your psi is internal power factor angle, phi is power factor angle, delta is the power angle. Okay, so this is the way you solve the questions, and just remember this phasor diagram and this analogy. Okay, I hope you get this. Thank you. Please like, share, subscribe Electrical Diaries, and visit our website for more. Okay.